Good day everyone, I am Jamer Sitababa and today I will be talking about Proto-Indo-European, focusing in both its language and its historical background. This topic is important because Proto-Indo-European is believed to be the starting point of many languages spoken across Europe and Asia today. The presentation includes a language family tree which symbolizes how language grow, branch out and change over time, much like a real tree. Just as branches come from one trunk, many modern languages came from one original source. So this presentation will help us understand not only where languages come from, but also how human movement, culture, and history are closely connected to language development. This is the overview of the topic. Proto-Indo-European is an ancient language that linguists are constructed and believe to be the source of many languages spoken across Europe and parts of Asia today. Even though it was never written down, scholars identified it by comparing common features of related languages. It was likely spoken thousands of years ago by early groups who later spread to different areas. As these groups migrated, their language evolved into many distinct languages such as English, Greek, Latin, and Hindi. Learning about Proto-Indo-European helps us understand the development of languages, cultures, and human migration. So to explain that, Proto-Indo-European, often shortened as PIE, is not a language we can hear or read directly because it existed long before writing systems were developed. Instead of written records, linguists relied on scientific comparison of related languages to figure out what PIE may have sounded like. By examining similarities in vocabulary, sentence structure, and sound patterns among languages such as English, Latin, Greek, and Hindi, scholars realized that these languages must have shared a common origin. And now let's discuss the Proto-Indo-European. So, the Proto-Indo-European is a reconstructed ancient language believed to be the common ancestor of many languages spoken today in Europe and parts of Asia. It is also sometimes called as the parent language. And it is also the prehistoric language spoken thousands of years ago. It is also called a reconstructed language because no written records exist, and linguists recreated it by comparing words and grammar from related languages. The Proto-Indo-European language is important because it helps us understand the origin of many modern languages spoken today. It shows how different languages are related and how they develop from one common source. So to sum it up, the Proto-Indo-European or PIE is a proto-language that serves as the foundation of the Indo-European language family. It includes languages spoken across a wide geographic area from Europe to South Asia. PIE or the Proto-Indo-European is especially important in linguistics because it connects many major world languages under one historical origin. Although PIE itself is reconstructed, the evidence supporting its existence is strong due to consistent patterns found in its descendant languages. So now let us proceed to the origin and historical background of the Proto-Indo-European or the PIE. So, the Proto-Indo-European or PIE was likely spoken in between 4500 to 2500 BCE or before Christ era. This period is part of prehistory, which means it occurred before writing systems were invented. Because of this, PIE was purely a spoken language and was transmitted orally from one generation to the next. And since there are no written records, linguists cannot study PIE directly. Instead, they analyze later languages that descended from it. Despite these limitations, scholars have successfully reconstructed many features of PIE, demonstrating the strength and reliability of linguistic research methods. And now let us further explain and discuss the origin and historical background of PIE. So most scholars believe that Proto-Indo-European originated in the Eurasian steppe, a vast grassland region covering parts of Eastern Europe and Central Asia. The people who spoke PIE were likely nomadic or semi-nomadic, as they migrated to different regions in search of land and resources. Their language gradually changed. These changes eventually led to the formation of different dialects and later on separate languages. These migrations did not only spread language but also culture, traditions, and technology. This is why the study of Proto-Indo-European often involves archaeology and anthropology as well as linguistics. As people migrated, the language slowly changed and developed into new languages. So next up, we are going to discuss is the discovery and study of PIE. The study of PIE began in the 18th and 19th centuries. Linguists noticed similarities among languages like Latin, Greek, and Sanskrit. This comparative method was used to trace these languages back to a common source. So the Proto-Indo-European was discovered through the comparative linguistics, which is the systematic comparison of languages. Linguists noticed that many languages shared similar words with related meanings, especially in basic vocabulary such as family, terms, numbers, and natural objects. They also observed consistent patterns in grammar and sound changes. So, by comparing these similarities, linguists reconstructed earlier forms of words and sounds. Over time, this process allowed scholars to propose a common ancestral language, the Proto-Indo-European. This method is scientific and evidence-based, making it a reliable way to study ancient languages. And next is the characteristics of Proto-Indo-European or the PIE. PIE had a complex system of grammar, including cases and verb forms. Words often changed form to show meaning, such as tense or number, and many basic words like the family, nature, and numbers are similar across Indo-European languages. So, we can say that Proto-Indo-European had a complex and highly organized structure. In short, it has a complex system of grammar, since it featured a rich sound system with multiple consonants and vowels. Nouns changed their form depending on their role in a sentence, such as whether they were the subject or object. Verbs were also complex and show distinctions in tense, mood, and aspect. Many modern Indo-European languages still reflect these features. For example, the verb conjugations and grammatical cases in languages like German, Latin, Greek, and Sanskrit can be traced back to Proto-Indo-European. Next up, we have Indo-European language family. PIE is the ancestor of the Indo-European language family. This family includes languages like English, Spanish, Hindi, German, and Russian. These languages share common roots, sounds, and grammatical features. So, a language family is a group of languages that share a common ancestor. The Indo-European language family is divided into several major branches, including the Germanic, Romance, Slavic, Indo-Iranian, Celtic, and others. Each branch developed as speakers of Proto-Indo-European settled in different regions. The English belongs to the Germanic branch. Spanish and French belong to the Romance branch, and Hindi belongs to the Indo-Iranian branch. Despite their differences, all these languages are historically connected through the Proto-Indo-European. So you can see, this is an example of the Proto-Indo-European language, and this word is two, number 2, and you can obviously see how it evolves over time. This is also an example of the Proto-Indo-European language. And the word featured here is the number 4. And these words, you can see that it changes over time. So lastly, Proto-Indo-European is a foundational element in the study of language history. Even though it was never written down, its influence remains visible in many modern languages today. Through careful comparison and reconstruction, linguists continue to uncover details about this ancient language and the people who spoke it. Studying Proto-Indo-European helps us better understand not only the development of language, but also the shared history of humanity. So the information presented in this discussion is supported by respected academic sources and scholars in the field of linguistics and language history. So these are the references. And thank you very much for your time and attention. I hope this presentation helped you clearly understand Proto-Indo-European and its significance.